Hey everyone, it's Keith at Chider Farms, and today I want to talk about one of my favorite perennials, vines. It's Clematis, and I remember when I was young, we used to have a Clematis growing up the side of one of our sheds, and we had an old piece of fence back there, and it grew up, and I always thought that was so cool. It was an old blue one, flowered for maybe 3 or 4 weeks, and was done. Today's Clematis are vastly improved on those old ones, and they're also adaptable to fit many situations. So I want to talk about a couple of those today. Um, so one, they come in all kinds of different shapes and colors of flowers. I mean, there's some amazing looking ones. I love that one. You just got whites, blues, pinks, and everything in between. But also they come in different sizes. So there's some that only get about 2 or 3 feet tall, and then there's still some that get very large. So with the small ones, one of the options you have is to plant it in a container to have on your patio, and use like some kind of obelisk or a trellis in that pot. And what you want to do is use at least an 18-inch pot, fill it with good potting mix, and when you plant a clematis, no matter whether it's in a container or in the ground, you want to plant it a bit deep. I know we always recommend planting things a little bit shallow, but clematis you want to start about 2.5 inches deep. You want to sink that crown a little bit. So that's one great way to use clematis. And I know a lot of people have maybe like a small retaining wall or even a tree, and you can use a clematis to help hide that wall a little bit and soften that wall. Is a great way to do it. You want to plant it about you want to keep it about 18 inches from the wall or the tree or whatever. You want to dig your hole about 18 inches in diameter, and you want to dig it extra deep. You want to go about 18 inches deep. And make sure you use plenty of compost to mix with the soil that you dig out of there. A good rule of thumb is about 1/3 of the volume for compost. And also you want to make sure you use biotone starter fertilizer in with that too. So again, you want to plant, once you got your hole and once you got your soil mixed up with the compost, you want to plant it a couple inches deep, 2 to 3 inches deep, backfill. And then one of the important things that they recommend with clematis is to plant some kind of a plant to shade the ground, because they say that clematis don't like hot roots. So you want to plant like an annual around it to kind of shade the ground, or maybe a low spreading perennial, geranium, heuchera, something just to give a little shade to the ground. So again, clematis they're so versatile, so many beautiful colors, and so exciting, something different. If you haven't used it on a container or on a wall or something like that, it's just something different and unique to add some height and a different texture and look to your outdoor space. So we'll see you next time.